As a senior executive at eBay, Matthew Mindrink is at the forefront of computing.
Senior executive at eBay, do you think he gets paid a lot to do his job? He's at the forefront, the very top of computing, technology. Is our class at the top? What does his house look like? What does his kitchen look like? Does your house look like that? Do you think his family has technology in their homes?
Leading a large division that requires the very latest technological tools.
I'd say it's fundamental not just to the business, but my personal life and success.
Yet,
he leads a large division that requires the very latest in technological tools. Technology is important to his successes at work and in his personal life.
Yet he would prefer that his children lead technology-free lives.
1, 2, 3, whoa!
Learning to be creative and use their imaginations without anything that requires a glossy screen and electricity.
He doesn't want his kids to use technology. He wants them to use creativity, imagination, no computer screens at home or at school.
Not just in their free time, but at school as well.
If I go back to my education as a computer scientist, we didn't have computers in the classroom. We had algorithms, and we had logic, and we had textbooks. And we were working through that and really trying to understand the science behind the computer.
When he went to school, there were no computers in his class. They used math formulas written on paper. They used logic. They used textbooks. They learned to understand the science that makes computers work.
That they're going to be exposed. They're sponges, they soak it up. But in the classroom, you need to be learning the basics. You want them interacting with their peers, learning how to get along with each other.
Matthew and Elaine pick a school for their kids with no technology. Mom says that their home is filled with technology. What does Mom want her kids to do at school? She wants them to learn the basics. She wants them to learn how to interact with their peers, and she wants them to learn how to get along with each other.
That belief set led them to the Waldorf School of the Peninsula, a school with old-fashioned chalkboards and a curriculum centered around physical activity and hands-on tasks.
All the way over.
Third graders using balls to help coordinate both sides of the brain. High school students drawing on a chalkboard as a way of interpreting a book. The school has zero technology, nada. No computers, no internet. Matthew's daughter used to attend a school where every child had a laptop.
I think I prefer it much better without them because it's a distraction. I didn't really feel connected to the other students as much as I do in Waldorf.
What is the kid's opinion? She prefers no technology. She believes technology was a distraction, and she didn't feel connected to her classmates. But she does now at the Waldorf School.
At a time where some schools are now embedding social media into their teaching, like this school in Los Angeles.
Remember, Damon, make sure you have a pound in front of the WWI.
The Waldorf School looks like something from another era. Yet 75% of the school's families have at least one parent working in high tech.
At the Waldorf School, 75% of students have a mom or dad working in a high technology job. That means out of every 100 students, 75 have a parent working in the technological field.
Why do you feel people who work in high technology choose to send their children to a school that preaches no technology?
Well, it's amazing when parents go on tour and they come on our campus. A lot of people feel like it's just a really natural way to raise children.
Send their students to schools like Waldorf, a school where they preach no technology, where they believe in natural ways of teaching, and that it's a natural way to raise children.
Lucy Wirtz is the school's development director and helped establish a Waldorf high school here in 2007. Her husband is a prominent Silicon Valley executive.
A Waldorf high school. Her husband is an important person at his high-tech job. He's an executive that makes a lot of money developing and working with high-tech tools.
Sometimes people feel like life is going way too fast and they want their children to have a more natural, slow-paced developmental childhood. So I think that's what we provide at the Waldorf School.
So why do some people choose Waldorf? People feel like life is moving too fast. And some of these people also want their children to have a more natural, slow-paced developmental childhood.
160 Waldorf schools are spread across the country. Students don't take standardized tests, so its success in comparison to other schools is difficult to measure.
So is the Waldorf School a successful educational model? 160 Waldorf schools across America, no state standardized tests or CSTs, like we call them. Success is difficult to measure because if no tests, then no scores to analyze to see if it really works.
But its leaders boast that 94% of its graduates go on to college.
So, Waldorf leaders brag that 94% of their graduating students go on to college. That means for every 100 of their students, 94 of them go off to college. You heard from a father. You heard from a mother. And you heard from a student. And lastly, you heard from a woman that started a Waldorf school. Do you agree? Should we use technology in the classroom? Why?